The most accurate meta tier list, post-ban list, right here from Mr. YCS Champion. Let's go. Stay tuned for the entire video because I'm going to go through 17 different decks that I believe are decent or the best, whatever it might be. I'm going to rank them in order. I'm going to put a tier list of each of them, which ones belong in which. There are 4 decks I'm putting in tier 1. I think this is going to be a very diverse format, which I love. There's 8 decks I'm putting at tier 2, which are all legit decks, and 5 decks I'm putting at tier 3 that are like rogue, but like they might be okay, but they're fucking shit, but they might be alright, you know? And then every other deck is after that. Like if you're coming here as a wind-up player, go away. This is for serious duelists. This is for legit players who want to get a YCS top. This is for people that are trying to get better. And this is 17 decks that I believe are legit. I spent a lot of time on this video. I thought of every single possible deck, even variant of deck. It's a very informative video for any single Yu-Gi-Oh player that takes Yu-Gi-Oh seriously. So with that being said, let's get straight into this video. If this is your first time here, where the hell have you been living? Smash the subscribe button. I'm the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh player on planet Earth and in planet Mars and in the universe. And Yugimoto has no chance. I would 5-0 him in a best of 2. In fact, if me and Yugimoto ever met in a YCS, after I 2-0 him in 5 minutes, I would plead with the judges, can we, for the first time in history, do a 3-0 just to save, just for fun, just because we got all the time in the world. That's how fast I would whoop his ass, and probably yours too. Alright, enough talking. Smash the subscribe, smash the like button. I'll be releasing an exclusive Discord. You guys can trade with me every single day. I play 10 hours a day every day. Soon, whenever I have time. Anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so very first deck that I believe is the best deck, it's Ryzeal Shark. My draw 7 combo is simply just absurd. It is the best deck going second because you have 20 board breakers basically. You have 17 starters and you have 15 Called by the Grave style cards. I'm considering like Ash, Stop, Fua, Econ, and Duo. Like the opponents always stop saving their hand traps for Duo, right? Not fully Called by the Grave, but kind of. It's just absurdly good. It's the safest pick. It's the safest. I don't know if it's the best yet. The format's very new. Who knows if Maliss Cybers might be absurd. No one knows until it goes to a 10-round tournament, right? Multiple times. But as of right now, the safest deck is Ryzeal Shark, in my opinion. It's way better than pure Ryzeal. Bahamut Shark was not even good in the first. Bahamut Shark in Ryzeal Shark was fucking shit. You should have never played Bahamut Shark in it. The Sharks are simply a rank 4 Terror Top. It is absurdly high value. You should be playing 3 big draws and all spells in the deck. It is that fucking good. If I could play 5 big draws, I would. It does more than a Ryzeal. I'm not kidding. Because when was the last time someone negated a big draws? Never. You know one's gonna imperm a big draws. So they allow the big draws to resolve, you summon a rank 4, and it eats an imperm. And then, like, for free, for nothing. And then you do all your Ryzeals. It's absurdly good. The number 1 deck I'm putting is there. The next 3 decks are still tier 1, are absurdly close. Next is Maliss Fiendsmith. It literally didn't get touched. It's the best way of Maliss. I was playing 2 Mouse, 2 Underground, pull side deck anyways, play around Lancia better. And you don't even need decoder. Like, Maliss Fiendsmith is absurdly good. Putting that there, it's a very good deck. It's also an extremely safe pick. Ryzeal Shark and Maliss Fiend. The next deck, this is the highest risk, highest reward. It's Ryzeal Mitsurugi. Dweller just got banned. I don't think you guys understand how much of a buff that is for decks like Ryzeal, like any Mitsurugi deck, but not just Mitsurugi, but like Crystron decks. I'm not putting Crystron tier 1, but like any deck that got obliterated to Dweller before just got a massive leap of power. Memento included. That deck used to get obliterated by Dweller. Any deck that used to get obliterated by Dweller got like 2 times stronger. And you cannot, like, I cannot explain how important that is because the most played deck last format was Ryzeal, and if they know Dweller would outstop your deck, let's say you know you're playing Mermail. Bro, if you don't draw XYZ Encore, you hard lose the game. Do you have any idea how much of a difference maker that is going first or second when you don't have Dweller because it's banned? So Mitsurugi is the prime suspect of that. Ryzeal Mitsurugi, like the Ryzeal part does the same thing that normal Ryzeal does. You still play 15 plus 20, 15, 20 non-engine, but you have the most absurd go first hand. And there's no Dweller when you go second. Because before you used to have to side out the Mitsurugi to play around Dweller. Now you don't have to do that. So it's crazy. I'm putting that at tier 1. Like, it's the highest risk, highest reward because it loses the most to Droll. But pure Ryzeal also gets absolutely fucked to Droll now because you're reliant on 6 Tachyon cards. So Droll already is a crazy hand trap, this format. But so you better have it against Mitsu. It is one of the problems with Mitsu. But now going second, Mitsurugi is going to be the strongest deck going second without Dweller. The next deck I'm going to put at tier 1 is Ryzeal Ryzeal Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith went up literally untouched. Dweller's banned, so Fiendsmith got even stronger. Paradise Engrave is going to be one of the strongest hand interruptions in the game now. Because before Ryzeal would easily stop that with Dweller, but now there's no Dweller. You have to eat a whole rank 4. A whole rank 4 loses immediately. And Dweller won't stay for the follow-up. This makes Ryzeal Fiendsmith actually very good in that manner. The problem with Ryzeal Fiendsmith is you need to play Tachyon and Ryzeal Fiendsmith because 3 Ice Ryzeals is not enough. Bridge with the Fiendsmith cards. Before it made sense with 6. It's just simply not enough Ryzeals. So you're gonna need to make space in that extra deck, which I have. I'll be releasing a Ryzeal Fiendsmith video soon. I have 11 cards in the Ryzeal Fiendsmith extra deck that are vital. People are playing such stupid shit you just don't fucking need in that deck. You don't need Closed Moon. Like if you're playing all board breakers, which a lot of people are moving to anyways, what the fuck do you need Closed Moon for? What are you gonna do, bro? Normal fucking what, bro? You just make Exciton. And Exciton is the saving grace of every single Ryzeal deck going second. I can't explain how many times. The opponent sometimes just has no answer. Even if you're playing against a very high level player, sometimes there's legitimately no answer to an early Exciton. And when you Exciton them, then Requiem, you hard win the game, bro. So I'll show the list later. These are my 4 decks I'm putting at tier 1. There's a few decks that are also very close to tier 1 that I'm going to say right now. There's probably 10 legitimate decks this format. This is an extremely diverse format, but it still comes down to variants of Ryzeal, variants of Maliss, variants of Fiendsmith with Mermail Momento. Basically the same thing as last format. Things will change slightly in Allen, but we'll get to a tier list of Allen in the future when it's actually legal, or maybe a week or 2 before that. In Allen, the cards that you're going to need to be specifically thinking of, it's Maliss will be getting absurdly stronger. Ryzeal will be getting a slight boost. White Forest is a very powerful and scary deck. And on top of that, we need to be careful for Live Twin Fiendsmith because that deck's also incredibly good to link 1, with Fiendsmith going untouched. But we'll get to that later. My highest tier 2 deck right now, because it also very high risk, high reward, but it has not been proven like Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi is risky, but it's been proven to be worth the risk. It's been proven to have many tops already, and it's one of the most scariest decks to face. This deck I'm gonna say is the #1 X factor in the entire meta. That's Maliss Cybers before Allen. Maliss, obviously after Allen, that's gonna be the biggest X factor as well. But Maliss combo, I'm talking about Maliss with all the Mathmech circular style cards. You're playing, I don't want to say Maliss Mathmech, but you're essentially, there is a combo I created pre-Allen. I already know what I'm taking to, if I go to White's Mexico, I know what I'm taking. But if it wasn't for that, because I really believe in this deck a lot, it would probably be this Maliss combo thing I created before Allen. I might make a video on it before, I don't know. But you search circular within the combo, and you just do, it's the reason Fiendsmith Maliss is so good is it gives you a free 2 monsters, and it gives you a free draw, it gives you a must negate sequence, or else you lose, then you have a free link too to Maliss stuff with. It's the same thing with Mathmech circular, because locking yourself into Cybers is irrelevant. You simply just play super Cybers style, so you basically remove the Bestials, you remove the Fiendsmith stuff, and you play fucking Cybers Turbo. And there's many good cards, even now. But I'm not gonna put it Maliss combo at the high tier 2, but some Maliss variant of, it could be even 9 dangers. Some form of Maliss combo is crazy. You could play Maliss, Danger, Fiendsmith, but the dangers are legit. Before I used to think, oh, dangers are shit, but you have to really think about this logically here. You have 9 cards now that you get to draw through your whole deck. It allows you to play 3 Allure of Darkness. It allows you to play Beginning of the End if you really want to. It allows you to play all the Maliss cards. It solves the issue of the limits. It's actually very scary. Mermail is high tier 2 deck because it got absurdly better going second. It's the same example as Fiendsmith getting banned, Dweller getting banned, improving Fiendsmith, improving Mitsurugi to a tremendous amount. It improves Mermail going second tremendously. However, going first, the board fucking sucks ass now. So what you're gonna need to do going first is do some variant of setting up a barrier statue with interruptions, bounce, etc., and discard 2 cards. But it's still very unsolved. Mermail is also probably one of the biggest X factors of the format, because if there's some combo that, who knows, Christian Urena creates that is just absurdly broken, it might be the best deck, legitimately. Because going second, there's no other deck as scary as Mermail without Dweller in the format other than Mitsurugi Ryzeal. So there's a combo going first that solves it. As broken as that Abyss is, they basically lost half their extra deck. It's a lot. Losing Dweller for them going first, and obviously Bahamut, half their extra deck's gone. There's not yet solved for them. There's not many waters anymore, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. Next is Momento. I'm gonna put any variant of Memento. I just dueled against a Memento with Extravagance, Memento with Fiendsmith that Pack popularized. There's a lot of very great variants of Memento. It's a very good deck. There's also a huge huge X factor. I'm putting Momento at high tier 2. It's a very good deck, and not people are preparing for Ryzeal and Maliss, not so much Momento or Mermail, even though Momento and Mermail are also very high up. So I'm putting Mermail and Momento there. Pure Maliss, Pure Ryzeal, and Pure Fiendsmith are next up. I'm going to put each of them roughly in the similar category. Pure Maliss, I think, is almost unplayable, because why the fuck are you going to play Pure Maliss when there is simply just infinite better versions? You have 8 starters in Pure Maliss. What the heck else are you going to be playing? There's no other like push other than 8 starters. Like, there's nothing. Pure Maliss is ass. You really at that point just have to reconsider your situation. You lost. Pure Maliss is just simply not the answer, period. You must put Fiendsmith in it, or you must put some variant of like combo or some other engine in it. Pure Maliss just can't do it. So I'm being extremely generous putting it at tier 2, but I'm only putting it at tier 2 right now because it's still Maliss. You know, if you don't get Lancia and it still goes off, it's still gonna have a nice board when it draws nice. But you are committing malpractice if you are not putting Fiendsmith in your Maliss. Seriously, you are. Or some form of combo cards in it. Pure Fiendsmith, I think, is gonna be a very good deck this format as well, because again, Dweller's gone, Shifter's limited, Druis is limited. Like, before, when some people will play like Bestials in their deck because it's a good card, they're not gonna do that anymore. They play 1 Mag, 1 Druis. That's it. Sure. It's not like 5 of them or something if they're gonna even play it. Pure Fiendsmith will be legit now. Like, I do think it's a legitimate deck because no Dweller. It's very powerful now. Pure Ryzeal without the Sharks is also, you're just committing malpractice, bro. If you're playing Pure Ryzeal this format with no other engine, just Pure Ryzeal, you're looking at 7 actual Ryzeal cards that are starters. Like this, and Star Ryzeal's not that good. Okay, Star Ryzeal's extremely overhyped. It's a card that on its own bricks. It's like the power level of fucking plug-in. It's a good card. I advise you play it, but it's not absurd. It's not a starter. It's an engine requirement that is not even necessary. Typically, engine requirements that aren't even that necessary are fucking dog shit. You're gonna look at your hand sometimes in Ryzeal. You're gonna be like, all right, I have 1 starter. That's a 7th Tachyon. I have Star Ryzeal. I have plug-in, and I have 2 hand traps or 2 board breakers. This is the fucking ugliest hand I've ever heard of in my life. How the fuck are you gonna go second with that? Like, how are you gonna play against 3 interrupts, going first or second with that? If you get to play in Ryzeal, you win already. You should just focus to get the play. Then you don't need to like high roll your board. You're good, but it's still okay to play at 1. But anyways, Pure Ryzeal has 7 Ryzeal starters. You simply cannot play Desires this format with 6 fucking Ryzeals. No way. 7. So you're gonna play Pot of Prosperity. That's 8. And let's say you want to play the 6 Tachyon cards. Okay, it's 14. 8 of those cards auto lose to Droll and Lockbird, and you have 14 starters. If you're not playing Sharks in it, but bro, you're playing 14 starters. You're gonna play a plug-in. You're gonna play a cross and a node, maybe 2 cross, 20 breakers or hand traps, bro. Like, it's just, why stick to 7 starters and 7 half starters when you could have fucking 10 real starters at least and 7 half starters? Like, you need to play the Sharks in it. You simply need to. It's not even debatable. If you're gonna play Pure Ryzeal, you just have to throw the Sharks in it. You're committing malpractice. You're either playing Ryzeal Shark, Ryzeal Mitsurugi, Ryzeal Shark Mitsurugi, my favorite personal, or Ryzeal Fiendsmith. Do not play Pure Fiendsmith. If you want to play, do not play Pure Ryzeal. Just fucking throw Shark cards in there. They're very, very good. Trust, it's a free rank 4 Terra Top. Your opponent now has to deal with the 2 level 4s from Ice Ryzeal, like Ice Ryzeal itself, that it brings out, X Ryzeal from hand, Sword Ryzeal from hand, Node Ryzeal, the Cardinal Ryzeal specials from graveyard. That's 6 level 4s. It has to deal with Big Jaws, and it'll have to deal with Drake Shark, or Abyss Shark. That is 8 fucking 4s. That's 4 rank 4s that you get to make. Not including, like, plug-in or special ice from hand, or some shit like that. That's 4 rank 4s your opponent has to deal with instead of 3 rank 4s. That is humongous, because your opponent is not thinking, alright, well, I stopped Duo, I stopped the first X, I stopped the, no, there's nothing else. Bro, that's how they think. They think, okay, well, I stopped this, I stopped this. No one's fucking thinking, oh, I stopped the 4th rank 4. That's how you gotta get above your opponent. You need to play another engine in. You simply fucking need to. Next up is White Forest. White Forest is a great deck. There are many issues with White Forest, 100%. I feel that it trades poorly sometimes into hand traps if it does not open the toy engine, or if it doesn't open very well, it could trade poorly into hand traps with cards like Black Witch. However, when it opens broken, it's unbeatable. So it's a good deck. I'm gonna put it at low tier 2 for now until the new support comes out, in which it goes immediately to high tier 2. It's actually an extremely good deck, new form, Allen format. Bestial Fiendsmith is a decent deck as well, but it's whatever. Crystron is another tier 2 deck right now because it got a lot stronger with Dweller. I'm gonna put it mid to low tier 2 because it's just still Crystron. But it got a lot better without Dweller, like 100%. but it still loses to all the Lancias, all the Sanctums, all other shit like that. Tier 3 now. If you notice, I did not put Freedion, I did not put Free Eyes, Free Limit, or Free Bikers in tier 2. That is Odeon, Blue Eyes, Tier Limit, and Gobble Bikers. These are the next tier of decks I'm putting here. They suck. Do not play Odeon. I know Odeon is a little popular now. It's a garbage deck, okay? Do not play it. It loses to any single interruption ever created in Yu-Gi-Oh! on Man with the Mark. It is truly dog shit. And you play 10 bricks in it. Blue Eyes plays 8 bricks. Why the fuck are you playing a deck with 10 bricks or 8 bricks? Seriously, play Exodia at that point. Like, it's beyond me. Like, play Outlet or some shit. Like, that's the level of these cards. Now, if you love Blue Eyes because you're a fan of Kaiba, alright, cool. You should just admit to yourself, because no one's opinion matters but your own. My opinion doesn't matter to you either. If you want to play fucking Dark Magician, who gives a fuck what a bearded man who's balding has to say? Play whatever your heart desires. But just admit to yourself that if you're doing that, you're doing it because you know it's not the best deck, but you're doing it because you like it. Like, if I'm playing Pendulum, realistically right now, Pendulum's tier 3 as well. It's not that bad. You could play 3 Monkey Board, 3 Joker, a high scale, a fuck ton of Ryzeals, and 15 Breakers or Hand Traps. It's pretty damn good. So you could do that. I'm gonna put the last card deck I'm putting here is Performer Power Ryzeal. It's actually really, like, it's not bad. But I'm admitting to myself I'm playing it because it's my pet deck. I like the deck. At that point, you might as well just play shark cards, which are all extenders without, like, being potential bricks, or having 2. If you have multiple of them, it's fine. It's just better. So stop, like, Odeon sucks, Blue Eye sucks, okay? I know they're fan favorites. They simply suck ass. When Odeon goes uninterrupted, it's very good. That's 10, like 5-10 interrupts. When it goes uninterrupted, or whatever. That will never happen. It cannot go second, ever. And it cannot go first against any hand trap deck. It loses to Veiler, loses to Droll, loses to Imperm, loses to Ash, loses to Ogre, loses to every single hand trap ever created in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's my tier list, 20-ish decks. Thank you for watching. Pen Best Deck, bye.